Hello everybody, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this user interface using Adobe XD. In this tutorial things didn't go according to plan. The video was way too long and I messed up a few design things, but don't worry, I did fix them at the end. Also please subscribe to my channel as I will be doing a lot more videos like this. Okay, let's start my intro. Okay, so I've already opened Adobe XD and I'm going to select iPhone X. This will create an artboard for me and I'm going to call my first artboard Home by double clicking. Then I'm going to select the artboard icon on the left side and create another iPhone X artboard. This one I'm going to call Podcast, and I will move back to my first artboard by pressing the space key and moving with my left mouse button. I'm now super quickly pasting an iPhone status bar that you can download from the Apple website. Just search for UI kit for Adobe XD. I will put the link in the description below. So I've created a dark rectangle that I'm going to put behind the status bar of the iPhone so the colors pop out. Later on I will be changing this. I decided to call my app Pro Podcast and I will quickly create something like a logo for it. I won't be spending much time on this as this is not the main focus of this tutorial. Just to explain, here I'm just playing around with different fonts, weight, size, colors and so on. I think at the end I will stick with the STOLZL font, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I will go for 18 bold and darker color. I also forgot to mention, for the people that are new to this, to change the color all you have to do is click on the fill on the right side and select a color with the color picker that you like. I will also save the color of the font in my assets by clicking the little plus sign. I'm fairly happy with how the logo turned out, but I would usually spend a lot more time creating the logo and I would use Illustrator for that. Whoop, I think food is ready, so if you can wait a few minutes I'll be back. Jokes aside, let's have a look at the layout. So I wanted my layout to have 4 columns, to have the gutter width as 10, and I wanted to, on the left and right, to have 20 pixels margin. As I was shooting this video, I actually realized that I made a huge mistake. I left the right side to have 24 pixels and the left side to have 21 pixels, which makes the elements not exactly centered. Anyway, this is not a big deal. If you want to turn off the grid, you untick the box, and if you want to turn it back on, double click on your artboard and select the tick box to activate the grid. For the top of the app, I wanted to design a slider. To do that, I used the rectangle tool and all I did is just drag a box into my artboard. Here I just wanted to make sure that the spacing between my title and my slider are exactly the same. Now that I'm done with aligning, I've selected my slider box and I gave it a fill of a darkish color, and also I gave my slider a round corners of 13 pixels. To make this look like a slider, I will copy and paste the same element and drag it while holding shift so it only moves horizontally. I will also want to make sure that the spacing between the two elements is exactly the same as the spacing between my columns. I will now quickly design something that will show how much you can swipe left or right. And for this, I'm just going to use the rectangle tool, give a fill color of this purple. I will also add this purple to my assets because I will be reusing it later. And the next thing I would like to do is give it a border radius of 10 and also make it slightly smaller. Now I'm going to duplicate this element and change the color. And I will choose a greyish color for this. And I will also add this color to my assets as I'm planning to use it later. What I want to do is send the top line to the bottom by pressing Ctrl and the left bracket, and I will change the width of the top layer, which is the purple layer, to be slightly smaller so it looks like you can scroll right. The next thing I'm going to do is start by creating the categories, and in order to do that I'm going to duplicate my title or my logo and drag the text below my slider and call this one business. I will also left align this text and move it to the left of my grid so it aligns with the other elements. Also I want to name the top section, and to do this again I'm going to copy and paste the text to the top, and I will call this one for you, and again left align it to my grid. So I'm going to need some space for my title, and I will select everything and just move everything down except the title. That seems perfect. And I also want to add a view all button, so I will duplicate my title, align it to the right and just put show all. I want the show all button to be a secondary element, so I've made the text slightly smaller than the titles, and I will also center align it to the title. I've copied and pasted an arrow from the iOS kit that I will use for this, and I will just quickly align it to the show all button. Also, I've added the color of the icon to my asset, and I want to make sure that my button and the icons match colors. I would like each section to have the show all button, so I'm going to quickly duplicate the one at the top and center align it with my heading. Now that I'm done with this, I will start creating the thumbnails for my podcasts. And again, I will be using the grid and the rectangle tool just drag and let go once you're happy with the size. I will take off the border and select a darker fill color. And also I want to change the border radius to be 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this element. So now we have two thumbnails, and I will copy once more so we can get this. So it looks like there is another element that the user can scroll to. Now let's add some titles, and for this I'm using the text tool, which you can select on the left side, or shortcut T, and I will just put a dummy title for now. As I have my text selected, I will go to Asset and click on the darker black color to change the color of my text. Now I'm going to add a few images that I've already saved on my desktop, and I'm just going to drag and drop them into the boxes, and they should automatically fill the space inside. Basically the boxes act as a mask. I will also now add some titles. Process is super slow, so I've speeded up the video quite a bit. Okay, we're now going to normal speed, and I will create a separator by using the line tool. So I'm going to drag a line, and I will use my light color for this line. That's perfect. And now I'm going to select my first section and use the repeat grid tool to duplicate everything. So just drag down, and that should make a few more copies. I think 3 will be enough for this example. And let go. Again, speed up the next process, because all I'm doing is basically changing some of the details. So the second section, now that I'm finished with the sections, I want to go back to my main slide a bit and add a few more details, such as the podcast icon, title, and so on. So I'm going to stop talking here and speed up the video, otherwise everything would have taken way over an hour and I don't think that's good at the moment. Maybe in future I will do a little bit more detailed video and explain things in more detail. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe, like and comment below.